program here called the e-commerce summit. And I had to go around town trying to convince people why we needed to embrace e-commerce. And I can't remember whether it was Dr. Digbola or another gentleman who explained it to me in a way that was super childish. He said, do you notice something about business and life, that what makes any group of people successful is the communication between them? In other words, when you build a road between two villages, the villages can trade. The villages can do business. They can transfer goods and services. They can utilize each other's services. Everybody can become profitable. And I remember, most of you won't know this, at the time of Gawan, even you yourself, at the time, my friend, just... One of his greatest accomplishments was the road networks in Nigeria. He connected us to the north, Kaduna. We could travel, and business began to make all over the world. That's what happened in America, happened in England, happened all over the world. And then the person said to me, have you noticed that the internet is called a super highway? And so what the internet does is give us that communication that we otherwise could not have. Am I making sense? I can sell my goods right now. My books, my materials are being listened to in Malaysia. They're being listened to in countries I've never been to. As a matter of fact, one of my presentations had almost 26,000 viewers from Singapore. That's unheard of. Am I making sense? But what made it possible was that internet highway. And we almost missed out on that move. We took our time in getting online. We took our time to convince people to build websites. I remember a lady who came here one time and said to me, I'm coming to, Pastor, I want to launch my website. I said, where? She said, here at New Streams. I said, what time? I said, nobody cares which location you launch your website, because they're not going to be there. So I found out that mindset it's still one of the most difficult things to understand. Now, with AI, it's as if the superhighway has become even more super. And so we will miss out on what is happening. And the biggest people who still think ATM cards are going to be collected back one day, and then they will go back to distributing cash, are Christians. Some of them still come to church with offering in envelope. Because Christians are like that. They fight change. And so what we want to just do this morning, Ola, can I have the screen? I don't know why I have to say that. One of the things I want to get out of our minds is the practicality of faith and technology. And then the rest of today is going to be practical. We're going to show, I'm going to play a few videos. We're going to do a few live demos, proper live demos, where we're going to make mistakes and get it right, and so on and so forth. And so I wanted us to look at faith and technology just for the first part. Because if we can get this, by the way, how many of you know, who knows when the first Bible was published? Okay, let me not go there, that's too much for you. Who knows when the first printing press was? You people have problems though. Okay. How many of you know that the Bible was written by men who wrote it on scrolls? Am I making sense? And it was you could only find it in the temple, and so on and so forth. Then all of a sudden, there's this gentleman who started a printing press. And all of a sudden, Bibles could be printed. Until today, the largest amount of books that have ever been printed in the world are Bibles. Even both e-versions and physical. And you will not know the difference, I'm telling you. They are creating fake videos at a level now. Some of you will see some pastors now, they have videos of themselves praying for somebody and they're climbing walls. And the entire congregation. So the internet has bad parts but so did the printing press. They could now print pornography. Am I right? They could print how you kill somebody. They could print how you save somebody. So everything has both good and bad. Are we ready now? Can I have the screen now? I want to just, this is going to be very short. I just wanted to show you the overview. And by the way, I did this, everything you're looking at now, I did it with an agent on my ChatGPT, whatever, everything. I didn't do one thing. I'm telling you, I just told it what I wanted to say to you, and I asked it to research, and I asked it to produce the PowerPoint. This is the first PowerPoint I've done 100% ChatGPT, not me. But it was based on my understanding. Okay, you can see the date, October 17th, 2025. All right? Now, these people, I don't know what's happening again, too. Come on. All right. So it's faith and technology, understanding the times, all right? And it says, I'm going to read it from here because it's clear. We need to understand the times. We need to understand AI and the church today, the opportunities and the challenges and the biblical principles and the next steps. Very simple, all right? The idea is simple. The men of Issachar who had an understanding of the times and knew what Israel ought to do. So I've told you how dangerous AI is. I've told you how crazy it is, but we need men of Issachar who will tell us what we ought to do. And that's what we're trying to do with all these meetings. We don't want Christians to be left out. They are always the last people to catch up. How many of you remember that when television came out, they said it was the devil's box? How many of you know that just this year or last year, Deeper Life came out and said he made a, some of you are going to find out later that you made a mistake on AI. Because one pastor told you not to do something, and pastors are not equipped for everything. Now, you have to understand that AI is affecting global industries, but guess what? It is also affecting Bible and mission work. The New Testament translation that used to take 8 to 10 years to produce now takes 3 to 5 years because of AI. What's that? Church ministry. AI assists diagnosis, education, business decisions, and context. Now, you know, when I first started, I'm horrible with references. I don't remember. If I can preach and tell you what scripture says, but I can't tell you where I found it because my mind is not that developed. Guess what? Thank God for Google. All you needed to do was tell Google, just make a mistake about what you're asking for. Google will find the scripture for you. Now, AI, tell it what you are thinking, and it will find the scripture for you. So you and I must understand where we're going with this. So they're all benefits. Somebody should send for Augustine. Let's see how many ACs we can put on. Please. We're on Jen, so, and I'm Ijebu. All right? So it's either we lead with purpose. You know, we're afraid to lead. Have you noticed that about us? We're afraid to be at the forefront of something. Everybody's always scared. Somebody says, Apostle, what if you find out later that AI was bad? I say, well, I'll say sorry. No? Many years ago, I happened to be very much, there's this guy called, I forgot his name, he's in South Africa, he's dead now. He used to be a pastor, a big guy like this. He used to run Rema South Africa. He said, when he started his ministry, the first 3 people he prayed for died. They were sick, so he went to lay hands on. He said the first one died, second one died, the third one. So his congregation came to him, what are you going to do, sir? He said, next. And they brought the 4th person, and that one lived. Listen, these things are not automated. I need to know how many ACs we can put on and don't put on any more than that and make sure that nobody overloads anything else. All right? So basically, what I'm saying is, are we going to make mistakes on this AI? Yes. But if we don't lead it, we'll be led by people who don't have the heart we have. Am I making sense? People are using Sora now to deceive. How come we are not using Sora to evangelize? Because we're not leading. So that's why this is very important. Or we can be passive and reactive. What does that mean? You let them adopt it for secularly. Dr. Degbola explained to us that if we don't start challenging ChatGPT and all these LLM platforms about our faith and about our position, about humanity, they're going to tell it what to do. Am I making sense? And by the way, if you don't tell them that your language exists, it won't know. So you tell ChatGPT, I'm from so and so Ikare Ekiti. So and so, this is what we speak. Then allow it to feed it to the LLM. The LLM will know you exist. Am I making sense? But if we don't do that, we're going to be passive. Like I told you, this whole thing was done by AI, so it's taking over already. All right? So the key question is, how will AI shape our humanity and our relationships? How can AI strengthen discipleship? And how can AI guard against deep fakes and so on and so forth? And how should Christians lead ethically in AI development? All right? So what about AI in the Great Commission? Like we said, it is going to accelerate translation. It's going to personalize discipleship. By the way, listen to me. Listen to me. You can go to ChatGPT right now and say, okay, my favorite preacher is T.D. Jakes. What will T.D. Jakes say to me about my marriage? These are my circumstances. And it will find all T.D. Jakes' books, 6. We will find all T.D. Jakes' books. It will tailor the message to you. It will even call you by name. Am I making sense? And tell you that this is what T.D. Jakes says you should learn. As you can do it with Lincoln, who had died. You can even say, okay, talk to me like you would talk to me if you were President Kennedy. You can. Am I making sense? These are the things we were not privileged to do. You can ask it any question and T.D. Jakes can answer, and it won't cost. I remember when we used to, people used to, I mean, if you know how much money it used to cost us to bring Dr. Miles, it was so expensive that we couldn't afford it. So we used to get leftovers from Lagos. Ladies and gentlemen, you put on AC, you've left windows open. You're very smart people. You need AI. So we couldn't pay. So there will be churches in Lagos who will pay the $10,000, $20,000. We will pay like 5. Then we'll have to bring him from Lagos, ship him here. We used to get policemen to guard him. Am I making sense? We'll rent a hotel for him to stay, not to sleep, but just to stay while he's in between services. And then in the evening, we send him back to Lagos to go and minister where they were paying real money. Not here. Am I making sense? Today, I just get a video and project it. No cost. Am I making sense? That's technology for you. All right? So this is very important. So it will also help us reach the unreached, because digital missions enable, like we said, global and contextualization. I'm almost done. I think we just have 1 or 2 more. What about this? Yeah, okay. By the way, 1.11 million jobs and new ministries can be created from this AI thing. It will enhance translation, which means we can now, one of the things Dr. Degbola is working on, he did the Yoruba, Igbo, and the Hausa keyboard. One of the things they're working on is a large language model where I can be sitting down here talking to you right now, and you will hear it in Yoruba, you will hear it in Igbo, you will hear it in Hausa, live, no gap. It was Mandela who said, if you speak to a man in another in a particular language, you will appeal to his mind. But when you speak to him in his own language, you speak to his heart. Won't it be, I've seen some translations in Yoruba that are deeper than King James. I don't know if I'm making sense. I've seen there's some things, there's some hola. There's so many things that are deeper in our language, because our language comes with paintings and pictures, you know what I mean, and so on and so forth. So imagine now you can actually, that means, most of you don't understand how bad it is. You have to first learn English before you can learn. The Englishman has already finished. You are just learning English. If you go to Germany now, you spend the first 1 year learning German. Now, if you're a Nigerian, they would even test you when you go to America. What is your SAT on English? So this is going to eliminate it. And people, listen to me, Nigerians are smart. They are just being taught in the wrong language. I run this place. I will be standing under a sign that says toilet, and somebody will walk up to me and say, where is the toilet? This is not new. This is not, nobody told me. You can see there are signs on that door right now. You see, it says when an event is on, those doors are not supposed to be locked. If you go there now, I can promise you that they're locked. I'm telling you, one of them is going to be locked. You say, how do I know? Because people here don't read. You can see now it's just opening it. Look, we have a problem. But if I had a little bit of a little thing that was saying it in Yoruba right now, so that's part of what this thing is going to do for us. Am I making sense? Can I have my slide, Joe? I want to finish. Or what about the challenges? Yes, erosion of trust, privacy. 9 million jobs will be displaced. So they're going to lose jobs, but we're going to create more. And then the third and scariest one I'm going to show you a video on is dependence on AI. It can suspend your brain. All right, we'll talk about that in a minute. Let me finish this, okay? So what do we need? Discernment. Recognize that that's why you need the Holy Ghost. Remember that you have stewardship. Like I said, you're going to lead. Use it to serve. Use it to love your neighbor. Number 3, advocate for justice. And then number 4, use it to create innovations that will, listen, I'm going to show you a video if I get there right now. I think it's in Argentina. They use AI to locate leaking taps remotely. I think somebody else sent me another video in Dubai. They use AI to anticipate where fire is going to break out. And they get there before the fire starts. Can you imagine what we can do for our people? All right? So there's hope. Okay, let me finish this and then we'll watch a couple of videos and I'll hand over. So I think I'm done. We need to do what? Educate and empower people, study AI, which is what we're doing now. We need to engage and innovate. We need to advocate and shape. And of course, we cannot leave out the issue of prayer. So, ladies and gentlemen, this whole thing about AI, we did it this month in order to bring Christians into the community. From next month, we're bringing everybody. Am I making sense? We don't care whether you're a Muslim. We don't care whether you're whatever you are. You know what I mean? We're going to make this technology available to you. I'll tell you a quick story. 2 of them, actually. Most of you don't know that the founder, I think the late founder of GT Bank, is a Muslim. And so many years ago, he was invited to speak at a Redeemed church. And the Muslims were very happy and they were trying to do campaign for democracy. That it was an opportunity for him to attack the church. You know what I mean? And then he got there and he said, listen, I cannot attack the church because in the village where I grew up, it was the church that brought a school that educated me. So I owe my entire livelihood to the church. And therefore, I can't do evil against the church. Sometimes when we cut out these people from success and development, am I making sense? We punish ourselves. And so this is why this must be open to everybody, all right? Whether they're going to use it for good or bad. A few videos I want to play. I hope you'll be able to understand them. I hope they make sense to you. Are we ready? I want to play some videos. Are we okay? Is the audio there? I can't hear. There's no, it's coming from the TV, not from the. It's the TV that's going. Okay, better. All right, let's leave that. I'll play the one I want to play first. It's this young boy. It's one of the most brilliant boys in India who yeah, that's him.
ChatGPT is the one that does the learning. ChatGPT is the one. ChatGPT is the one that does the learning. ChatGPT is the one that does the work. Maybe soon, when all our classes are online or in the metaverse, ChatGPT is going to be the one answering the questions and raising its hands in class. And that really makes me furious about the future.
How are you 13 years old and also a boomer at the same time?
Maybe I was reincarnated or something. Maybe some Freaky Friday stuff happened.
So look, what are you trying to tell the younger kids that look up to you? I'm talking about the 4, 5, and 6-year-olds that are in the trenches slogging it out. What do you have to say to them?
In the trenches of 4, 5. I'm saying don't let ChatGPT live your life, learn your education, and work your job for you. Don't let it take away all of those amazing opportunities that make your life rough and special. And don't be afraid to fail sometimes and get the machine that always succeeds to succeed for you. because in the end, it'll all feel meaningless if you don't at least have something you consider a failure.
Any advice for me?
I don't know. I guess just stay curious, keep inventing new jokes, stay creative, whatever it is, because creativity and humanity is the one thing AI can't replace.
That's simple common sense. Don't let it take over who you are. This is a lesson for all of us. Don't let it become a crutch. Am I making sense? Don't use it, like he has said, for the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It is a tool that you're supposed to use. Okay, I have a few more videos I want to see if I can play before so we're just going to have Q&A, and then we're going to have lots of examples. I like this young man. He talks about
the right way to be visible. You just have to be visible. Any way you can do it. I don't know, have you heard the scripture before? Proverbs 22 verse 29. Seest thou a man diligent in his business, he shall stand before kings, he shall not stand before men. The day I found that scripture, I knew that I was going to, by all means, be one of the most sought after people, speakers and consultants in the country, which is now so, by the way. And it's because, look at this. When you look at that scripture, seest thou a man diligent in his business. Most people, when they talk about that scripture, they just talk about, oh, you have to be diligent, you have to be hardworking, which is so, it's correct. But that's not all the scripture is trying to tell you about. It says, seest thou. If I should remove those two words, seest thou, and I just continue the scripture from there, and I say, a man diligent in his business, he shall stand before kings, he shall not stand before men, and I don't add the first two words, seest thou. That statement still makes sense. So that means that that scripture is not only trying to talk to me about hard work or ability. That seest thou is what you call visibility. Standing in front of kings is what you call opportunity. And diligence is what you call ability. So there's a formula for being able to succeed in the marketplace. Is visibility plus ability equals opportunity.
The reason why I'm using all this is because these are just scripture. I just want to show you how people are looking at things. You and I need visibility. Remember I spoke to you about the highway. You don't have any products. You don't have any services. The highway is useless to you. Can you imagine somebody who has a... Have you noticed what happens in all the roads in Nigeria? When you are going past a village, you see villagers bring fruits and stand on the road and cars park to buy it. It's highway. What are they doing? They're using the highway for visibility to sell their goods and services. It's very important you have that at the back of your mind. Just stay on this screen. The other two are just to reinforce what we've been taught before, which is don't struggle too much with this prompting. One of the lessons most of us are not learning is learning to let the machine prompt for you. All right, just watch this and then we'll watch, I think, just one more.
Here's a simple prompt framework that I've proven over the last year, and it'll get you incredible results from any of the AIs. It's 3 simple steps. Number 1, tell AI how you want it to act. So if we're working on HR stuff, I want you to act as an HR manager. Then tell it how you want it to, or what you want it to do. I'm sorry. I need you to help me write a standard operating procedure, or I need you to help me write a policy for my team. And then last but not least, the most important part, ask it to ask you clarifying questions to give you the best results. So please ask me any clarifying questions you need in order to give me the best results. Try that out and let me know how it works. It's amazing.
That's number 1. We've said all this. I'm just recapping. Next one, listen to what he says.
If you're not sure about a prompt, write what you think is a good prompt and then ask ChatGPT. Follow the formula. Act as a prompt engineer, review the following prompt for me, optimize it to make it better, and ask me any questions you have before proceeding. And guess what? It will do exactly that for you. And it'll create a better version of that prompt.
It's that simple. Learn, she taught us that last week. Learn to let the ChatGPT. We used to think that prompt engineers were going to make a lot of money, but now the AIs are getting smarter and smarter, that prompt engineers, you know what I mean, are changing direction. Am I making sense? This is very, very important. There's a video, 2 videos I want to play for you. This is, I keep talking about the richest men in the world. So let's look at one.
What is it that you're doing at Amazon?
AI.
AI.
Yeah, so I mean, there are a few things, but small, but it's 95% AI.
And where do you
So
think?
it's just so because we're literally working on 1,000 applications internally. So AI, you have to remember, AI, modern AI is a horizontal enabling layer. It can be used to improve everything. It will be in everything. This is most like electricity. These kind of horizontal layers like electricity and
David,
compute
its
and now
windows are open.
artificial intelligence. They go everywhere. I guarantee you there is not a single application that you can think of that is not going to be made
Use the
better
handle, don't use the door.
by AI.
You hear that? This is the richest man in the world. Last week, we watched one of the richest men in Africa. What is he doing? AI. All right? Now, let's watch this now. As of 2 days ago, ChatGPT has built its own browser. And they've launched it.
I just launched another new product. It's called Atlas, their AI browser. Think of it like
2 days ago.
Chrome or Safari, but it already has ChatGPT baked into its DNA. And I'm telling you, if you care about tech, this is a massive release. On Atlas, you can browse the internet like you normally would. You can also access ChatGPT directly inside of any page. And because ChatGPT has memory and personalization, Atlas will instantly turn the internet into a smarter, more customized experience. You could ask it to buy new brown boots, and it already knows your sizes, your favorite brands, and exactly what trip you need them for. On top of that, this browser is going to support AI agent workflows. It'll control your screen, take actions on your behalf. In just a year or two, it'll be able to answer all your emails for you automatically. But the truth is, the big reason why this is such a huge chess move in the tech world is that OpenAI can now officially become the front door of the internet. Let's face it, most of us are not using Google as much as we used to when it comes to searching, but we're all still browsing our favorite sites directly, working in email and docs, using maps, using YouTube. Before, ChatGPT was just another tool in that stack. But if they can own the browser, that literally means every online session starts with OpenAI. Every click, every experience, every query, all going through that one same engine. And whether you like it or not, AI browsers are the next big wave. And so I think in 5 years, the internet is going to look a lot different.
That's just 2 days ago. That goes to show. Like I said, I have a group called Waiting the AI, and we have a page on Flipboard where every update we put it there. You'll be surprised that in the last 1 year or so, we've had 1,000 updates of new products, new services, new AI platforms, new things in AI. It's going to continue to be like that. I want you to watch this. Tell me whether there's AI in this one or not.
Imagine if every time you got your hair cut, it took 6 hours, cost $200 to $300, and gave your hairstylist arthritis at age 29. This is what it's like to get your hair braided. And I know this firsthand because I've worn braids all my life. And when I braided my own hair for the first time, it took me 4 days. But I'm not alone because hair braiding is now the most popular hairstyle for 20 million Americans who experience this miserable process every 8 weeks. And yet braiding hasn't seen innovation since braiding was invented 5,000 years ago. That's why we're building Halo Braid, the first patent-pending hair braiding robot that saves time for stylists and their clients. Stylists start the braid, Halo finishes it, and we reduce braiding time from hours to minutes, making braiding joyful, not painful, and allowing a stylist to grow their business without destroying their hands. Our devices have done thousands of braids and braided full hairstyles like mine for the past year. And we use machine learning to match professional quality, but to do it 5 times faster. So now we're excited to realize our mission of saving billions of hours spent braiding hair each year and transform an industry that hasn't changed in thousands of years. Thank you.
All right. So you thought you were safe at Ugukpa, at election lawyer making hair. Huh? Somebody has trained a language model robot. That's AI. Am I making sense? Once you start, tell it what patterns you want. It studies this. It takes over the braiding of hair. And what should have taken 5 hours takes minutes. Sorry now. Am I Binu? So if you don't think your job is on the line, or you don't have to change, this is it. The last one before I invite, that is, I think he should come first. AJ, is he ready? Huh? This is what I'm hoping AJ will be able to demonstrate to you. Let me play the video and then he will come up and demonstrate.
Meet Rose, the social media manager for a boho jewelry brand. First of all, this is a duplicate agent. Yes, I made an agent. I duplicated it to add any feature. Though I can decide to add feature there, but there's a reason why I duplicated it. So what this agent does is that every morning, it wakes up to start executing its tasks. So it starts by going to the file where the images are stored because they are labeled for it to select it properly. Yeah, so we can select each image for each day. And then again, I added a sample content as its knowledge source because I wanted to learn to write in a specific way. So you can give it your content and to learn how to write, then you can start creating content. So you reading from that content, understand how to write, not to write what is in that content, but understand. But you can choose to do otherwise. So once it's done, learning everything, it will now start posting to the social media. So it started by posting to Facebook page. These are pages. So once it's done, it will go to Instagram and to go to LinkedIn. The 3 pages across. So it's and the very beautiful thing is that it can post this content to suit the writing style of these different social media pages. Yeah. So exactly. So this is really, really cool, really, really amazing. Like you can literally customize an agent for your own specific business needs. So, and you can even give it your own images. You can give it your own images and it can put it out for you and post according to each day with the writer that you want. So that you have to just give it the instructions. So now once it's done, it will go to Google Sheet and log every detail. So this can be very helpful when if you need a place like a database that have the data, your social content data, something like that. And now this is for demonstration purposes. It has already executed its job before this time. So I had to test the agent again so that I could be able to record and show you how it does. So this is the content it's posted that is prior to this demonstration around 8 o'clock. So the Instagram and on LinkedIn. So the one that you have seen in the video, if you go back to this page, so you're going to feel sick.
Yeah, there you go. She didn't do anything. She just programmed the AI. It went to her different accounts, picked up pictures, wrote for the post for today, posted the post on Instagram, Facebook, on LinkedIn, and went to the next one. You could do it at 12 o'clock. You don't have to be there. You can just program everything 1 month. So those of us, again, looking for job as social media consultant, what has happened now? Isn't it better you learn how to program for people so that you don't have to be there to help them? So you can see all our options are available. So what I've asked this morning is I've appealed to AJ, who's our own consultant here, to come and demonstrate a typical agent at work. He's going to be using Zapier and whatever he needs to be able to do it. But I want him to do it live so that it's not as if we're just giving you guys theory. After that, you can ask whatever questions. And after that, Mr. Myers will come and do practical, you know what I mean, things. But let me say this to you. What you would do to help us this afternoon that can really help us is to tell us what challenges you want solved. You know what I mean? So that we can do it together and figure out how to maneuver these AI platforms. All right? The things I'm discovering is that I'm not a very good person with Instagram, but I'm beginning to see that Instagram is a far more powerful platform than Facebook. You know what I mean? And so I have to migrate there, whether I like it or yes. Am I making sense? Are you? Yeah. What do you need? Okay. All right. That's whatever you guys choose to do. I've done my job. So it's over to you. Just remember we're finishing in the next 1 hour. That's all. Do you want to use this? I'm going to put up your slide here. All right. Don't touch my iPad. Huh? I'll shoot you.
Good morning, everyone. How you all doing today? So today's session will be very practical, and it's divided into 2 parts. We're going to be doing live prompting. We've been doing too much of theory. So I'll run you through the basics of prompting, and I don't want to drop the energy because it has changed. So there are so many things that we're just going to skip. So it's going to show you how to use the AI agent. So first of all, let's run through the prompting part, then we'll go into the AI agent. So the principles of prompt engineering, like we all know, are clarity, context, constraint, creativity. But now that we have AI teaching you how to prompt, that's really interesting. So this might not really be of importance anymore because AI can help you structure. There's a particular video I want Mr. Ola to play, and that video talks about how to use AI. It's a very interesting way to prompt now. The lady said something like you upload a picture and please, can you play that video? Okay, let's just continue. Can you stay on my slide, please? Okay, yeah. So principles of prompt engineering. Before each prompt, you should understand this thing. Command, context, and what? Outcome. It's very, very important. Then an example, act as the role, then the task you want it to do, then the audience and the tone. And remember, we said that it's very important that include the tone because it makes you the EVA, the emotional intelligence we talked about. So that is it. So for AI agents, AJ is going to come in. You can see that prompts that work automatically. You don't have to do anything, just like Pastor said earlier. They do all these things for you. So let's quickly run through the prompts. Types of prompts. You have instructional prompt. And what does it mean? It means to command and instruct the model to perform a specific task. The second one is conversational prompt. To create a natural back and forth chat. We've talked about this, we're just running through it. Then we have contextual prompts to give background info so AI understands the role of the situation. We have creative prompt to generate original content, ideas, or imagination-driven output. We have factual prompt, step-by-step prompt, opinion-based prompt, and multimodal prompt. So let's quickly, so Pastor has played most of this video. Can we play the video of the last girl? Yeah. The fourth one.
Stock photos, y'all. So what I've been saying to photographers for the last 10 years, who's the photographer in here? Create Black stock images. If you want to get better at prompts and descriptions, this is what you need to do. You need to get a picture, put it into ChatGPT and say, give me this picture, describe it for me through the lens of a prompt. Take that prompt and then put it back into ChatGPT. This is what I've created with that. Fire, right? This is where you say, oh, look at that. It doesn't look like those creepy AI fingers. All of us in this room have a responsibility to understand and discern the times, but you can't discern the times if you're not sitting with it. This is not just about images. This is about we are living in the last days. And there are people that are streaming that need your voice. There are people that are creating AI animation that need to see the gospel through the lens of animation, through the lens of AI.
You know, it's really interesting that you can now upload pictures and tell AI to create a prompt based on that picture of what you understand. And that way you're able to teach the AI what it wants to know about you. So you see, so we have, let's go straight into AI as a code thinker. We have said it earlier that we don't want to use AI as a tool, but more of a what? Code thinker. So these are some prompts I would want us to look into, but just to save time, I'm just going to run through them. But there's a particular prompt I know that is going to be, a large number of us will be able to relate to it, and it has to do with the country. So we have under the business strategy prompt, we have a demo prompt, which is show how AI can help entrepreneurs plan. Now it says, act as a business growth strategy for a small catering business in Ibadan. Suggest 5 creative ways to attract new customers using WhatsApp, Instagram with little or no what ad budget. That is a very straight way to what? Use AI as a code thinker. Let's look at the next one. For content creation, it says, act as a social media content creator. Write 3 catchy captions. And this is where AI agent comes in. Fashion brand launching a new Ankara collection for young women using what? Friendly and faith-based tone. You can see that where we have what? The structure, we have the tone, we have the audience, and we are also telling the AI to act as a particular role. Now we can see for sermons as well, you can see act as a what? Creative pastor. Write 3 points like Pastor did for the for the slides. The wisdom to work in the age of AI using biblical references and practical applications. So this is something I like to use. It says, act as a productivity coach. Help me create a weekly schedule that balances prayer, work, family, and skill development. Trust me, you will be blown with this prompt. Okay, for research and learning, we have summarized the key ideas from this article. And you see the emergence of AI ChatGPT browser has made all of this much, much easier. So while I was creating these slides, I decided to go a little deeper and tweak my prompt. And I said, okay, ChatGPT, I said, looking at the 5-10 years, what do you think are the opportunities that lies ahead of us in the next, 5 to 10 years? Because we've been talking about AI as a business person, AI is for entrepreneurs, get down to our locality and see how can we leverage on the problems, because inside the problems, there are what? There are solutions. And, you know, I got a couple of responses, and he says, you're asking for a creative, thought-provoking prompt that uses AI not just as a what, not just to describe Nigerians' persistent challenges, but to turn those problems into entrepreneurship opportunities through the eyes of what? Innovation, creativity, and what? Prophetic insight. It says the prompt title is what? Nigeria's pain point as tomorrow's what? Business opportunities. Okay, so let's go. The first one it says is what? It now says for the creative AI prompt template, said act as a visionary entrepreneurship and social economic analyst. Study the consistent challenges Nigeria has been facing for the past 10 years, such as power supply, unemployment, education, transportation, inflation, food insecurity, and what? Governance. For each major issues, identify one, the root cause and impact on daily life. Are you with me? The second one says the emerging opportunities this problem presents for innovation or entrepreneurship in the next 10 years. Because we have been doing a particular series talking about wisdom of now, wisdom of the future, and we need to know how to position ourselves in the right place. It says what? The AI-driven or digital solution that could address it locally. A business model or startup idea built around the opportunities suitable for Nigerians and what? The African market. And it gave us a whole lot, okay? And I talked about food, power supply, educational gap, transportation, food insecurities. But you know my biggest, what blew my mind this morning was the prompt he gave to me. So I'm going to read from here. It says that what? So I told him that he should actually give me a ready-to-use prompt, and I just want us to try one or two, then we'll bring AJ up. The first one says that what? Under the categories, he says, national challenges, business opportunities. The first prompt, the energy crisis. Nigeria has struggled with unstable electricity supply for over 10 years. Now look at it. The first one, the role of the AI. Act as a visionary innovator and economics. Describe the business opportunities include how AI or renewable technology could power these ideas and how youth entrepreneurs can position themselves for the energy transition era in Africa. That's one for the energy crisis. Another prompt under inflation and cost of living says, Nigeria inflation has affected food prices, housing, and fuel costs. As a creative entrepreneur, identify 3 startup ideas that could help everyday Nigerian cope or benefit from inflation. Think about AI budgeting tools, cooperative platforms, and digital trade systems that could turn this challenge into innovation. End with a statement of hope for African economy. Can we just try one of these prompts? So we have another one under education and unemployment. It says over 30 million Nigerian youths are unemployed or underemployed. Now it says act as an AI career strategist. Generate 4 future of work ideas that leverage digital skills, automation, and remote work that can train and empower youth in secondary and tertiary institutions, including how faith-based organizations or churches can participate in reskilling the next generation. You see, when I was going through this prompt, it was just mind-blowing. We have under food security and agriculture. It says, Nigeria still import food despite abundant land. As an tech-driven agricultural innovation, propose 3 AI-powered agricultural business ideas that solve food insecurity. Which ideas should include the problem being solved, the AI or data solution, and the job creation potential. End this with how it can transform rural areas. And you know, we have so much to do. And I just want us to try one of these prompts out and Can we just do that? Let's try to. Okay, he's going to type it out. So we have a couple of them. I don't think you can say it. Can you just highlight it and copy it? Just copy and paste. It's a PDF, so just highlight. So we all know that today we're going to be seeing how AI agent works. While he's doing that, we'll just select a prompt for everybody to use while I continue running through so as to save time. So we'll try that after. It's a business. It's a business. It's a business. Slide, still my slide. Okay, let's quickly go into AI agents. It's going to copy those prompts, make it very bold so we can use it. So AI agents, AI that acts for you. We're moving from prompting to what? Automation and what? Delegation. And that is how to work really smart. Now, AI agents are like digital employees that can run tasks, not just what? Answer questions. That's the future of what we're doing here. How to leverage an AI to what? Not just only run tasks, but to do it in a very automated, why you don't have to do anything. So, my slide, please. Okay, we've played all of these videos. So, you can, under marketing agent, using AI as a marketing agent. So, see this prompt. Show how an AI agent can act as a what? Virtual marketer. Now, this is the prompt. You are my marketing assistant. Every Monday, generate a content calendar with 3 Instagram post ideas, caption, and hashtag for my catering business. But you know, the funny thing is, you are still prompting here. But when it comes to the other part of AI agent, you don't need to prompt. And that is where it comes in. Okay, so this is still using prompting as an what? AI agent. So you can see the AI can run weekly automated tasks for you, connected to API, then where it saves you time and staff costs. It can also hack what? Customer service agent. That's another type of AI agent where you can what? It says what? Show how chatbot can respond to what? Customer 247. Some of us are familiar with this already. Act as a polite customer service rep for a food delivery business in Ibadan. Respond common questions like menu, delivery time, and what? Refund policies. You can always set this up with WhatsApp chatbots to increase so that you're not just, you're always online 247 to respond to your what? Customers. And I think WhatsApp also have all of this. So AI helps to build consistent customer experience with what? Fewer staffs. Now, for proposal as well, show AI generated proposal of what? Or professional emails. Act as my virtual assistant, draft a professional email to a client requesting collaboration for a digital marketing product in Nigeria. Keep the tone confident and what? Friendly. You can see this. It replaces the need for secretaries or admin support, saves cost and what? Boosts brand professionalism. So you can also use AI as a what? Life coach agent. Show how AI can act like a mindset coach or prayer planner. And this one, some people say it's not ethically correct. It's not right using AI as a therapist and all that. But let's look at the prompt. You are my daily reflection coach. Each morning, give me a short motivational quote, a Bible verse, and a simple affirmation to what? Start my day. I don't think that is harmless. So AI can support spiritual and emotional wellness. Can also what? Helps audience to see AI as a daily support tool and purpose of alignment. So let's quickly look into the other part of AI where I'm going to invite AJ to show us how we can use AI agents for social media and a whole lot of things. So let's welcome Jesu Femi. So what he's about to do is he's about to show us the automated side. You know, I said earlier when Yeah, I said what? We are moving from prompting to what? To automation and what? Delegation. So what he's about to do is showing us how to delegate AIs to solve certain tasks where you don't have to prompt. I just showed you how to use AI to prompt as a what? AI agent. But this is where it becomes what? Automated, and you just delegate what you want the AI to do. So,
good morning, everybody. Okay, this morning we are going to be moving to the practical section of using AI. So this morning I'm going to be teaching us how to build an AI agent. So I want us to start by bringing out our devices. If you are with your phone, if you are with your laptop, please can you bring it out, because we are going to need it for this practical section. Thank you. Okay, so have we brought out our devices? Okay, so let's head to any search engine of our choice, maybe Google or Chrome, whatever search engine you use. Let's head there and we'll start. So today we're going to be building a social media agent that will help us to post to our social media platforms every single day. So you just give it the necessary information you need, and every single day, this agent, at the whatever time you set, this agent will execute his tasks and post to different social media platforms. Okay, so I believe we are all in our in our search engines. So, okay, so I want you to start by typing Zapier in your search bar. Just type Zapier, Z-A-P-I-E-R. Just type Zapier and search. So, okay. So, well, after we have searched for Zapier, the first link that comes out, we are going to click that link. Have we been able to click the link? Zapier, just type in Zapier, Z-A-P-I-E-R, then search. Okay, so something like this will come out. So, okay, let me do this. I'm coming, just a second. Okay, so when we get to the website, this is the page we are going to see. Can we all see this page on our phones? Okay, so when you click the link, this is the page you are going to first see. You can see Zapier, you can see the most connected AI orchestrated platform. So we're going to start by signing up on this website. Okay, you have seen it. Okay, so you see at the top right corner, you can see something like sign up. So I want us to just sign up on the website. So we'll start with, okay, once you click sign up, you can see something like this, sign up with Google. You can either do that or just sign in manually with your email. So I'll click sign up with Google. Are we all following? Okay, then after clicking sign up with Google, you can see my email address here. As you click sign up with Google, you see your email address and you select whatever email address you want to use. Just tap it. Then you see it's going to give us a review page. It says, review Zapier's privacy policy and terms of service to understand how Zapier will process and protect your data. That doesn't matter. Just click continue. Okay. Then after clicking continue, we should all see this page on our devices. Okay. So like I said earlier, we are going to be building a social media agent that posts to our social media platforms every single day. So on the top right corner on your phone, you'll be able to see something like a plus button here. You see it has, okay, here. Just go to the top left corner of your phone. You see a plus sign in an orange box. We'll click that. You see create, then you tap create. Are we following? You see okay. We are all following. On the top left corner, you see an orange box with a plus inside the box. Just click that, then you see something like create. Then you see it brought out a list of options under create. You can see Zaps, tables, interfaces, Canva. At the bottom of that, you see something like agents beta. can see agent. Yes. Then you click the agent. Okay. Then you wait for it to load. Oh, okay. Sorry. It's going to ask for role. Then whatever niche you are in, you select it there. You can see, you see something like others at the bottom of all those. You can click others, then just fill in whatever you do. Maybe you're into fashion, you're into catering, anything you're into, just type it in there and press continue. Then I think after that, you see something like how many individuals do you have in your company? You can see maybe 1 to 49 people. And then you select whatever the numbers are, click it, then press continue. Okay. Have we done that? Okay, so what is showing next? Okay, for just click skip for now. You see skip option at the bottom. Just click skip that for now. We'll get back to that. Okay. Have we click skip? Huh? Okay, so we are all here. So like I said, look. Ma? Yes, I think on phone, there are 3 lines. You click that. Then you see something like create. Then you tap create. Then it will bring out a list of things under a tab, list of tabs under. You can see zaps, tables, interfaces. Are we seeing that? Yes. Are we seeing it? Okay. Then at the bottom, you see something like agents, AI assistants. So you click that. Then you wait for it to load. So once you click, it's going to bring us to a page like this. You can see start from scratch, create a custom agent. Then you see something like, what would you like this agent to do? Okay, sorry. Using it on phone is quite different from, okay, say, okay, it brings out take it all. Press take it all. After that, you see build an agent with just one prompt. Press continue. Then press continue again. Then create your first agent. Now you can see what would you like this agent to do. So this is where prompting comes in. So we're going to, you can create a new tab. Ma? No. Don't skip that. You can open a new tab on your, if it's Chrome, and go to your ChatGPT. I want us to make use of prompting here. We can just fill in the box with whatever we want it to do, but I want us to prompt here. I want us to do proper prompting. So now I'm going to my ChatGPT. Okay. So I'm going to my ChatGPT. What I want to do with this social media page, I want this social media agent to post her content. Okay. My Facebook, I want to make use of Facebook for posting. So I want this social media agent to make posts about cars every single day. I'll give it a specific time and I want it to keep making content about cars. So I'll go to my ChatGPT and I'll say something like, okay, I want to make a social media agent with Zapier. I will be needing help with prompts. I will need help with prompts. Okay, you send that. Then you see, it says, perfect, I can help you with prompts. And so now I'm going to proceed to tell it what I want to do. So on your own ChatGPT, if you are into fashion, if you are into food, just type in what you want the agent to do. If you want the agent to be making content, posts about food every single day or content about fashion every single day, just type it there. Then tell ChatGPT to give you a prompt that you can use in your Zapier AI. Okay, so I want the agent to make posts about cars every single day at a set time. Okay. Give me a prompt. So once I send that to ChatGPT, ChatGPT is going to respond to me. Okay, it's loading. Have we been able to do that? Okay. I'm just waiting for this to load. That it's taking some time. Oh. Oops. Okay, so it has already brought out the prompt. The prompt for the Zapier is going to be: you are a social media content creator for a car focus page. Every day, generate a unique, engaging post about cars. This post should include a short, catchy caption that appeals to car enthusiasts, relevant hashtags that boost discoverability, then optional, a short, interesting fact about the car automotive industry. So what I'm just going to do is that prompt from all the things I just read, now I'm going to copy that. Okay. I'm going to copy that. Then I'll go back to my Zapier, to this page where Zapier asked me what will I like this agent. So I'm going to paste it. Are we all there? Just paste the prompt to Zapier, to the chat box where he was asking us what we would like our agent to do. Are we there? Okay. Can I proceed? Okay. So after pasting our prompt, we'll click start building. Then we'll give the agent time to work on the information we just gave it. Okay. So after inputting the prompt, you see this new page will appear on our devices. You see something untitled agent. You can see a configure tab. You can see activity. Then you can see two different pages here. So I'm going to be reading. Here is where you input what you want the AI to do. This side of the screen. Then on the other side, this is where what you tell the agent to do. This is where it will be inputting it. Okay. So I'm going to read what. So this is where I inputted my prompt to a social media content creator for a car focus page. Every day, generate a unique, engaging post about cars. The post should include so on and so on. So it has responded. I will help you create a workflow for generating daily car focus social media content. Let me set this up with clear instructions. Then these are activities it's telling the agent to do. You just scroll down. You scroll down. Then, okay. They say, excellent. I've created a car focused social media content workflow. Trigger daily at 9 a.m. You can adjust this time if needed. It's telling me what my agent is going to do. Agent is going to do researches fresh content for cars, generates unique posts, professional formatting, and so on. So it's going to do that. Then on the other side of the screen, you can see something like schedule by Zapier every day. You click that. Then under the, are we there? Okay, sorry. Sorry, what do you say? Okay. So where did you are supposed to skip this? Okay, you're supposed to skip this. We will use it later. Yes. So this is where. Didn't you already paste the prompts? Okay, you did. Okay, so so this is the agent speaking with you here. So this is the activity. Okay, this is where you are going to chat with the agent. I don't know why the text. Okay. Yes. This is the chat box here. This is where you'll be talking with the agent to do what you want it to do. Yes. You paste. Have you already pasted? Yeah. You don't need to paste it again. Okay. So it says, sorry, let me read from phone. It says, welcome to Zapier Agents co-pilot assistant that can help you with various activities. I will help you with building Zapier agents and okay. You can paste the prompt here again. The prompt you copy from ChatGPT. You can paste it there again. Okay. No, this is where that prompt you copied. Paste it here again. Paste it there. Okay. 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 We copy this and go and paste it in. Okay. So everybody's following. Okay. Then you paste the prompt into the chat box, like I said. You paste the prompt again and send it. Then the AI should respond with some information. Are we following? Okay. Okay. So just wait for this to finish loading. I'll proceed.
I the same thing.
Yeah.
And what said thank you.
Okay. So we'll just scroll to the bottom. Do you like me to? Okay, so from after pasting the prompt again, just read through what the AI responds to you with, then we'll proceed from there. Yeah. Okay. The prompts here. Why is he? Sorry, can you do like? I don't know why he's not giving the option to share. Huh?
To send.
We are going to get them. Is Zapier, so we can allow Zapier to create the images, then we can also give Zapier the images we want it to make for us. Yes, ma'am. Have you copied the prompt? So once I go to the prompt, let's copy it and put it to Zapier. Paste it. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay, we'll skip. Not yet. We are going to connect, but I want it to be more okay. So this is where we are. Okay, so, man, that prompt you can paste the prompt here again and send it to Zap. Okay. No, you got to go to your browser. No, there's no app. So this Zapier that we're using is also an AI. So the way we talk with our ChatGPT AI, we can also talk with Zapier like that. So earlier, I already posted the prompt I got from ChatGPT, and I already told Zapier what I wanted to do. So can I proceed? Huh? I think this Zapier on things. Now, can you rotate your phone sideways? Zapier on phone is very. Yeah, I didn't know. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so we all have our chat box, like I've showed everybody, chat box where we can chat with Zapier agent. So me, I already told the Zapier agent what I want to do. Then I'm not going to type in something again. I'll just walk it through. So now I'm saying I want I'm going to tell the Zapier agent I want it to post the pictures. I want it to make posts to Facebook. That's the social media platform I'm going to be using. And here I want it to generate images for me. So on Zapier, you can either give Zapier your own pictures to upload to social media platforms, or you tell it to generate AI images for you. So I want it to generate AI images for me. So I'm going to tell it, I want you to post to Facebook. Then I want you to generate images with AI. So there are different types of AI we can integrate into Zapier to generate images for us. But I'm going to recommend Gemini. That's the AI made by Google. That's the AI we can use that is free. We could use ChatGPT, but ChatGPT will require us to pay. So I want you to say, so now I've told it, I want you to post to Facebook, then I want you to generate images with AI. Then I'll open a bracket. Then I'll write Gemini so that it knows it's Gemini AI I want. Gemini. So I'll send that to Zapier. Then it's going to process that. So it's already loading. All the information I've given it is going to make use of other information now. Then these are just instructions it's giving Zapier itself to work on. So we don't need all this. I'm just waiting for it to finish loading, then we'll proceed. No, we're going to get this and we're going to connect. So if you can see, after all these instructions it has given Zapier itself, you can now see something like Google AI Studio, connect Google AI Studio, Gemini. You can see something like connect Facebook pages. So I'm going to start with Google AI, which is Gemini. So I'll click connect. So I'm going to wait for it to load. I'm going to be using Gemini AI to generate images. So I'm waiting for it to load. They do. Okay, this is an easier app. I'm choosing to allow it to generate images because this is an easier approach. Another thing we can do is if you don't want it to generate images and we have pictures of us that we want this agent to post to social media platforms, what we can do is create a Google Drive, put all the pictures we need in the Google Drive, then connect the Google Drive to Zapier. I'm going to show you what that's like, but for now, after clicking connect to Gemini, it brings out this page and is asking for something like an API key. So I'm going to open a new tab now, then I'll just click Gemini. Under Gemini, I'll click Google Gemini. Then, okay, that's loading. Welcome to Gemini, your person. So I'm going to type into this Gemini AI is just like ChatGPT. I'm going to just type in API key. It's going to know what to do with that information. API key. Okay. It's already responding. This is taking some time, but we'll wait for it. I don't know why it's taking time, but the approach is just open a new tab, then type in Google AI Studio. You can write all these things down so when you try it later, you can be able to get it. Google AI Studio, I'll click enter. Then I'll click the first link. Okay, wait. This is a sponsored, okay. Google AI Studio. Then I open Google AI Studio. I'll agree with all the terms and conditions. Then on the left-hand side, you can see something like get API key down there. So I need this API key here to connect my Gemini AI to my Zapier. So I'm going to select on get API key. Then here, you can see an empty page. You can't find the API key here, import project. So what we want to do here is create a project first. Then with that project, we can create an API. So okay, I'll create a project. The project I'm giving the name social media agent because that is what we're doing with Zapier, social media agent. That's going to be the name of the project. I'm waiting for that to finish loading. You know why it's taking time. Okay, new project created. So it has already made a project. So here, the project is going to come out and show here. Let's wait for this to finish loading. Where's the project? New project created. Okay. Create API key. Okay, so I've already created the project, but it has not yet loaded here. But to get an API key, we have to create a project first. Then with that project, we'll be able to make an API key. So here, I already created a project, but it has not reflected here, but that doesn't matter. Up here, the project has already been created, so that's the most important thing. Up here, you can see something like create API key. So I'm going to create API key. It's telling me now to name my key. So I will also give it social media agent. Social media agent. Then under here, said choose an imported project. Under it, select a cloud project. So the project I just created is social media agent. Under there, you can see something like social media agent. So I'm going to click that. Then I'll say create key. So the reason why we're doing all this is to be able to connect our Gemini to Zapier. So I've already done that. Then, okay. Under here, you can see something like key, and you can see like a link. Click that, then you can see API key. I'm going to copy that key, then I'll go back to Zapier. Then I'll connect. Under here, you can see API key. So the API key I just copied, I'm going to paste it here. I pasted my API key there. Then now it's going to connect my Gemini to Zapier. You don't need to fill in anything here, just click save. So now it has already connected Gemini to my Zapier. What's now left is Facebook, because that's where I want to post my pictures to. So I'm waiting for this to finish loading. Then after that, I will connect my Facebook. And after that, I'll just tell you what to do. And okay. So now I'll tell it I want to connect Facebook. Good thing about the AI here is that it works just like ChatGPT. So anything you want it to do, just type it there. It's going to work with it. Let me go back here. I'm coming. Okay. Yeah, this is where I'm supposed to connect my Facebook page to Zapier. So I'll click connect. Then, okay. So it has my details, but normally when you click connect, what's going to come out here is username, then password. Then you just input the username of your Facebook page, then the password, then you continue. So I'm going to continue because it already has my information. So connect to Zapier. Yes, you connect. So on your own end, it's going to say input username and password. Once you do that, it's going to connect your Facebook to Zapier. I think I would suggest that we do this on our laptop because it's easier. So maybe when we get home, we can take our laptop and make use of Zapier on the laptop. It's easier to do that on the laptop. That's what I'm just suggesting that. So now I've already connected both Gemini and Facebook to my AI. So what I'm going to do here, you can see something like agent preview. What this has to do is all the information I've given it. Let me see how well it will handle that information. Then I'll click agent preview. Then test agent. So it's going to respond now. So it responded with saying, I will execute the complete workflow to create a daily car-focused social media post with AI-generated visuals for Facebook. So I'm waiting for it to load. Okay. So this is the AI that Gemini that connected. What Gemini does is to help generate imaging, and as it will help generate images, then also serve as the knowledge of this AI. So see, this prompt here is what is giving Zapier to work on. So I'm going to approve this. Okay, after I load, click approve again. Okay, so now it's giving me a preview of what it's telling Zapier to do. A stunting electric sports car with sleek aerodynamic design parked at a futuristic charging station. The car is glowing. All this is information it wants to give the Zapier to work on. So from here, if you don't like what is here, we can tell it to, we can now manually input what we want it to do. But to me, this is fine. So I will just approve. If it wasn't fine with me, here I will reply stating what exactly I want it to post. Then from then, it will now be able to do that itself. So if it has generated an image, then I'll say approve. It might be looking complex, but this is something that when you sit down with it, you'll be able to figure it out because it's straightforward. Just tell the AI what you want it to do, and it to do that. I'll proceed creating the Facebook post for engaging content I prepared and mention that the image generator encountered. Okay, there's an error. Okay, so this is the content of the post. This is the caption. Electric cars aren't just a trend, they are revolutionizing the road with 20% of Dubai's journey set to be autonomous by 2030 and EV technology advancing at lightning speed. This is what the caption is going to be, and this is the hashtags. Then this is a car fact is going to state under. Okay. I don't know, the AI is having some issues, but this is still in beta, so it's expected to come across some kind of issues, but we can still find a way around that. So what I'm just trying to do, I'm trying to make it actually post to the page so that I'll show you what it looks like. But since I know most of us have images of our own businesses and we will not need AI to generate them, we can do that ourselves. So Yeah, the Gemini image generation to encounter configuration issues and couldn't create the visual. Authorization token is missing for Facebook page integration. The content is ready and engaging, focusing the already authorized the but already connected. Okay, finish setup. Okay. I did that already. I don't know why it's still. Okay. Okay. So I think it should go now. Okay. Okay, now it's already posting. So let me just go over it again. You start by getting to Zapier. Tell Zapier what you want it to do. Then in this case where I say I want it to generate images, tell it you want to make use of Gemini and Facebook, then connect them to Zapier. You can also tell it to set the internet for information and make use of it. So I want to quickly do this, then I'll show us how we can connect, how we can give Zapier access to our own pictures so that you can make use of them. Okay, I'll wait for that to load. So I was speaking of how I also teach us how to give Zapier access to our own pictures so that I can post. So what I'm going to do now is I'll approve this, then I'll tell Zapier so basically what we're going to do is get our pictures, upload them to Google Drive, then give Zapier access to the Google Drive so you can take images from there. Okay. Okay. That's already posted to Facebook. Okay. Yeah, I'll show you. Okay, so now I'm heading to Facebook to show you what the Zapier just created. Okay, let me refresh. Yeah, I'm waiting for it to load. It's still loading. Okay, that's already refreshed. Then still loading. The network is okay. So this is the post here. It had issue with generating images, which is fine, but what it just did was make use of text. So you can see just now, and this is what the Zapier was able to create. The feature is electric and intelligent. Did you know that these are facts about cars, made use of hashtags, and it also stated a fact about cars. And this is all through all with the help of Zapier. And I'm only doing all these processes because this is the first time activating this agent. Now that I've activated it, here I can just give it more information about what I want it to do. And from today henceforth, it's going to just automatically start uploading to Facebook. I will not need to come back here to tell you what to do unless I want to give you more information to work on. Maybe I have other information I want it to do. That's when I can come back here. Then, apart from apart from just Gemini, we can now, okay, let me just show you how to go about making use of Google Drive. So open a new tab, open your Google Drive. I'm sure we're all familiar with this, but I'll just walk us around it. Then create new, press new, then you get images from your laptop and upload it to Drive, then name it. If it's, let's say you are into cake, you say food content for Zapier, then you upload it. And when you go back to Zapier, you give Zapier, you now text Zapier and tell Zapier, oh, I already have my Google Drive. It's an AI, so you can talk to you like an human being. I already have my Google Drive ready and I want to connect it to Zapier. And you tell it that, okay, the images that I want you to have access to are in so folder named this or that. Then you send it to Zapier. So if the folder is named food content for Zapier, Zapier is going to go through all the files I've uploaded to my Google Drive, then find the file titled food content. Then you can either tell it to just randomly select any image there and make use of that, or you manually tell it which of the images to take. And Zapier also has a function where, based on what the image is, it can create captions and content with that. So, for example, if he sees a picture of jollof rice, it has AI here. So he can make use of his own knowledge to identify, okay, this is jollof rice. Then just write some content about jollof rice and make use of hashtags. Then he's going to upload that to Facebook, or if it's Instagram. Then other days, it cannot be, each day, it will not be going back to the Google Drive to get either if it's white rice this time, or if it's a cloth or a design, it can go back to the picture and say something about the image. If it's a blouse or a dress, it just say something about it and upload that. Then one more last thing is, if you have so much knowledge or information that you want Zapier to have access to, there's something we call Google Documents, and we are all aware of that. So all the information you have maybe about your business that you want Zapier to know, take all that information, go to Google Documents and put all the information there and save it there. Google Sheets, I'm sure we're all familiar with Google Documents. Put your information there and save it. Then come back to Zapier and connect Zapier to the Google document. Then tell it, in the Google documents, we would have titled it whatever name we want it to be, but it has to be something that our Zapier can locate. Yes. Then once you put all the information there, tell you to make use of all the information there to be posted content daily. So there you can tell you, oh, I want content about this, but I don't want you to do this. I want you to always make use of my hashtags. I always want you to include maybe my phone number in the description. You can put all that in the Google documents, and Zapier will make use of that information to create posts. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. I know it was not easy. It was quite a struggle. So, please let's clap for Joseph. I know some of us had troubles following him, but the beautiful thing is you can use AI. You know, when he started, he said you have to go to Zapit, you have to do this, you have to do this. But one very interesting thing is, when you have an idea, even if you make mistake about the idea and you tell ChatGPT, this is what I want to do, I would have preferred you just use ChatGPT to have like a step-by-step breakdown of how to set it up. Then for every step, it comes and shows you, okay, this is the next step, this is the next step. So everybody's able to follow. But then if the session is recorded, you can go on our YouTube page, and also he's also going to drop like a demo format that we are always going to have access to. Another thing is, he is also available to help you create it. Let's not forget, I said that it's all about, please, the prompter. Can you stay on my slide? So we are moving from what? Prompting to automation and what? Delegation. So what Joseph has showed us is how to delegate AI agents to perform certain tasks for us on a daily basis. And, you know, you don't have to be a tech savvy to do this. Just know how to communicate your idea And that is where prompting came in. You know, when he was doing it, I was just like, okay, let's see. And when he said, okay, I have to use prompt, I was like, okay, yes, we're going back to prompting. So the bottom line of all this session is to know how to prompt correctly, okay? So I want to believe that we have all been blessed one way or the other. So I have, like I said earlier, the prompt I want us to run. So let us just have this prompt and we're going to close. So the prompt is on, let's work with inflation and cost of living. I'm going to read it out. So it says, number 2. Can you crop it out? It says, Nigeria inflation has affected food prices, housing, and fuel costs. Yes. Can you all say it? So let's run the prompt. As a creative entrepreneur, identify 3 startup ideas that could help everyday Nigerians cope or benefit from inflation. Think about what AI budgeting tools, cooperative platforms, or digital trade systems that could turn the challenge into innovation, and end with a statement of what hope for the African economy. Can we all do that? Let's try it. For those of you that have smartphone, you can just snap it and then you highlight and you paste on ChatGPT. Just take a picture. For those of you using iPhone, just take a picture, go on your photos, just highlight, and it makes it more easier. Those phones have picture to text. Then, like for those of you joining us, I said that how did I get to this prompt? I told ChatGPT, I said, looking at the challenges in Nigeria in the last 5 to 10 years, what opportunities lie ahead of us as entrepreneurs and business owners in the next 5-10 years? And that was how I was able to get all this prompt. So you can analyze the economy and say, okay, this is a particular challenge in this business. How do I provide solution? How do I bring solutions? How do I help people do things faster? Those are business ideas you can get. So those are prompting for business ideas. So who has tried this? Okay, who has a problem? Okay, let's reverse engineer it. Who has a challenge in one of their businesses and let's generate a prompt to solve it? Does anybody want to? Because I did inflation. Okay.
This agent. How many of you have seen Palm Tech? Who's familiar with Palm Tech videos? On Facebook. Oh, who have seen them? Then how many of you have seen there's another one, 234 Drive? Who have seen them? There are these videos they make talking about cars in Nigeria. You can tell something like Zapier to find you cars in Nigeria, popular cars, the challenges they have. You know what I mean? You can tell it to every day publish something on those cars. You get the point I'm making? And then, but there's no point doing that if you're not selling cars or a mechanic. I don't know if you get my point. So you have to find something that is in your niche that you can give people information so that once they know you are an expert, it makes you look like an this one like looking like I'm not being. It makes you look like an expert. Am I making sense? And it now draws traffic to you. So don't just take anything and just, for instance, he probably likes cars. So he's doing that. So I'm saying you find something you like. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, she's into fashion. How do we know the difference between the Ankara that will fade, the Ankara that will not fade? You know what I mean? How do you know the China Ankara, you know what I mean? All the different, and it will do all the research for you and search the internet and package into posts like that. And you can just, by the way, do you have to have your laptop on and connected to the internet for it to work? I think you have to. I think you have to have your laptop on. If you are telling it to post at 9 o'clock, you better make sure that at 9 o'clock the laptop is open, internet is working. You know what I mean? Else it will have nowhere to draw stuff from. And I'm just saying, once you become, don't post. We keep posting, come and buy from me. People are not interested in that. They're interested in, are you an expert in this field? You know what I mean? Do you know if you sell fish? Should be able to tell me every day you should post something about the different kinds of fish, how is healthy the fish is, how you can use it on which soup and all that. And this thing can do all the research for you. ChatGPT can do the research, or Zapier can do the research itself, publish it every single day. And people will begin to look at you as the fish expert or the fashion expert. And when they want to fish, you are their first port of call. The good thing is that you don't have to beg anybody, pay anybody. You know what I mean? The job is done for you every day automatically from your laptop or your phone or whatever, and you're booming. But the good thing, like somebody said, it gives you data. So you now know which of the posts is popular or people are looking at, and go back and say, okay, I want to stay with this type of post because they are more successful.
Thank you, sir. So, having said that, so let's just make it very simple so we can all apply it to our niche. Can you all take a picture of this? The principle of prompt engineering. We need these 4 principles. Let's just have a picture of it on our phone. So anytime you want to prompt, let this be your guide. Clarity, you have to be specific. The context, you have to give a role and a background to it. The constraints, set boundaries. Then creativity, invite new ideas. That's the first one. Second one, before each prompt, when you talk about prompting, now using, sorry. Okay. So if not anything, you should go with this. It's very, very important. It will help you develop at your own scale and you will know how to prompt very well. Are we all done? Okay, the second one. So now this is not using AI as a tool, but as a code thinker, okay? You want AI to act a role. So this is the template for it. Can we take a picture of this as well? So trust me, when you always apply these two before any prompting, you would see that you'll be very good at it. Very, very good at it. So under prompt, you have what? Command, context, and what? The outcome. Act as a what? That's the role you want the AI to play. Then that's the task. Then for what? The audience, with the tone or the goal you seem to what? Achieve. Then as an AI agent, prompts that work automatically, repeatedly, or across what tools, just like AJ did the demonstration. And he said something. He said, Pastor said we can always use, our laptops have to be on. There's a solution for that. When you have a VPS, you can just host it on a VPS. VPS is a 24/7 online website where your laptop doesn't have to be on. So when you host it on the VPS, it does that automatically, okay? So there's always a solution to every problem. So the principle is don't just ask questions, design instructions. That's the shift from being a user to being a what? Creator. So I have one, I always like to leave us with a video, the closing video, the last video. We don't want this one. Please, from here to there. Hard work, smart work, success. Thank you for coming.
Get the feedback from you, please. If you can go to our Waiting the AI, Ola, can you put it up or join our WhatsApp group? And if you want us to do something else, let us know, suggest things so that we can go. Do you guys have any questions? Any questions so we can shut down? We have some work to supervise in the other hall. So just let me know. Did you have any questions you want to ask before we let you go? Any questions? Like I said, next month we'll look at education. And hopefully by next week, I'll be able to announce the intensive training program for those of you who are interested in AI in details. And we want to build a community. That's what I'm saying. So if you have questions, these gentlemen are available to help you out, and I'm available to talk with you and to chat with you. All right? Anybody have any questions, anything they want to add? Or any suggestions you want to make so we can release you? Yes, ma'am. We should visit
AI because I want to know how law, like the legal aspect of AI, is there any way we can say, okay, law can say this is not right, maybe a court case or something?
Most governments are behind in terms of AI and online things. If Americans are behind and the British are behind and the French are behind, where do you think the Nigerians are? So let's be realistic. Our governments are not ready, which is why we're bringing in the Christian perspective, the biblical perspective. Don't use it for evil. You know what I mean? Now, of course, there are copyright laws, which you need to be careful about. The beauty of it is that they are using, most people don't know that they were using AI a long time ago. Use somebody else's music. Do you think there's somebody who goes to your Facebook page or your YouTube page and is checking what music? No, it's algorithms. People register their songs. You know what I mean? The rhythms are recorded digitally. Immediately you put it on Facebook, it triggers something off. This is something I'm supposed to record. They block it. You don't get the benefits. So they've been doing it a long time. I mean, 2 days ago, Dr. Habib's service, a whole service was shut down by Facebook, saying that we said things we shouldn't have said. I know they didn't watch the video. It's just an algorithm that must have been detecting a particular, you know what I mean? And I don't have energy to argue with them because it's on YouTube. So I'm going to go back to YouTube and reshare it on Facebook, and they won't notice anything because it's all computers. So you got to understand that Netflix has been using AI. From Amazon has been using AI. When you order for something, it's a machine that pulls it off from the shelf, puts it for shipping. Netflix, you watch a movie, it will now recommend another one. It's that. Your phone, when it completes what you are saying, AI. We've been using it a long time. The morality is where your faith comes in. All right? As far as law is concerned, Nigeria is way behind. I think the government just came up with some online things a few days ago where they're beginning to threaten people in the country to publish something that is false and so on. But when you finish, the person will tell you, it's not me. It was AI that generated it. What are you going to say? So that's the problem. So we're way behind. We have no authority there. We're also going to be having something on tax laws to prepare you for 2026. Most people don't know how trickish that thing is. Some of you will be paying taxes you shouldn't pay. Some of you will not be paying the taxes you need to pay. All that because information is very scarce in this country. So we're going to be doing something hopefully in November on taxes. Any other question? Any other question? All right. Let's thank Mr. Miles. Let's thank the media team. Let's thank AJ for what they've done this afternoon. I really think you should explore the Zapier thing. It's going to make your life a lot easier. You know what I mean? It's going to automate. I don't like that daily waking up to, because I post every day. You know, it's just that I usually just post what I like, but I want something that is posting what I need, which is two different things. And yesterday, actually, I got monetized by Facebook. Yay. So next time you see me, I'll be a very rich man. God bless you.